Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions of the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions,
but we promise we're going to enjoy giving them to you.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Mike.
And I'm Brian.
And that's Brian. Let's pull the pin.
Some of you might remember Brian from a previous war room. So, Mike, Brian, what are we going to talk about?
I think we should talk about something dealing with the military. And it's a topic that's near and dear to all of our hearts. Abortion.
Oh, man. Okay.
You mean like mission abortion? Like abort mission? Abort mission?
Yeah, abortion. Aborting. You know, I know we don't have much to say about this topic, but I just, I wanted to see what you guys' views were. Any one of you care to go first? Because I know you never talked about this before.
Not a moment.
Well, I'm definitely pro-choice on this one. Definitely.
Oh, good.
Definitely. Good. People would argue that men can't even have an opinion, but my opinion is pro-choice. I mean, I think we'd be in a lot better place if we had more abortions, to be honest. but
I can think of one right now.
Ooh, okay.
I know it's rough. It's a tough topic because of the fact that what do you look at life? Is it life when the sperm hits the egg, or is it 9 months later? And can it be in between? It's a hard thing to define. But me personally, if you're not ready to have a kid in this world and you made a mistake, I mean, I'm pro-choice.
Well, how do you feel about where does life begin? You mentioned that, like, is it as soon as the sperm hits the egg, or what's your stance on that?
Ooh, I would say, yeah. I would say, oh my gosh, I would say yes when the sperm hits the egg. But at the same time, I think there's a realistic view of like, okay, well, here's my stance on it. If you don't make it legal, if you don't make it available, people are going to do it anyways. You can't stop kids from having sex. It's just going to happen. I think parenting, it plays a role. I think there's a lot of things that play a role in that, but you're never going to stop it. And there is going to be accidents. We're humans. We like to have sex. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So if that case comes up, you should have the choice to abort.
So you don't mind people using it as a form of birth control?
That's not what I said though.
No. I'm asking.
Yeah, but that's a different topic. But we can go down this all day long and fight it back and forth, right? But the bottom line is I think it should be available. There's a documentary on Netflix, I believe, or it was on YouTube, I think, and the Philippines and the problem they're having there because it's such a religious, it's so Catholic there that like they don't even discuss like abortions, like it's not even an option, like that they act like it doesn't happen, but yet they're going to these houses in the city, in somebody's house, and just having an abortion right there on a towel. It's pretty emotional watching it. It's like, yeah, I get it, but I mean, why don't we just make it safe and available? Because it's going to happen either way.
Well, can I just ask, why is it that we're even having the argument about the cart and ignoring the horses? I mean, why is the argument about whether we're killing or not killing something when nobody's addressing the fact that we are having unprotected sex irresponsibly? And there are no consequences for that if we just allow people to just go and jab a coat hanger up or whatever the vicious ways they can come up with it, regardless of where it's at.
But that's my point though, is just like, you're going to eliminate, you're going to not make it available because of those circumstances, but there is other circumstances like rape. There is other circumstances that go into that. And I'm not saying that takes a big percentage of that. You know what I mean? I don't know the numbers on that. I would venture to say that rape abortions are probably a very small portion of that. But are you going to eliminate the whole process just because people are abusing the system and abusing it and saying, okay, this is my form of birth control? I mean, we have Plan B now. We know, it's pretty available to get Plan B if you had a sexual encounter and you didn't use protection. You can get Plan B.
Right, but is that some chemical thing? Is that something that affects the human body that maybe they're not telling people? Is there some consequence to that long term that people aren't aware of because they want to, not inconvenience themselves for the rest of their lives?
Everything has consequences. I
An
mean,
abortion has a consequence, not just for the baby, for the mother too.
yeah, exactly. And that's the consequence you're going to have to take.
So why can't we teach these people to at
How-
least acknowledge the consequence of
Not gonna-
having sex?
You're not going to teach anybody anything. That doesn't
So they get a
stop the
pass.
problem.
They get a pass on that part of it.
No, they're not. What are they going to learn? Explain to me what are you going to teach them by not having
Well,
abortion?
by carrying a child for 9 months and giving birth, I think women learn a lot about having unprotected sex. I think
Well,
they
the
learn a
men
lot.
have unprotected sex also.
Sure.
Yes.
And guess what happens to a man? Whether the woman wants it or not, he pays for it.
Right.
He doesn't have a say in the world. He doesn't get to keep the baby, but he gets to pay for it, regardless.
Well,
That's a lot of money.
And
Well-
so he learns his own way.
yeah.
So Jim, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
No, go ahead, Mike.
So Jim, is it your position is try to handle that before we get to the abortion aspect of it?
I don't think
You're saying, hey,
like-
let's go with sex education and things of that nature.
right, like you said, like I don't have a problem. I mean, there's plenty of places where you can go and even get free condoms.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't understand what the excuse is for having unprotected sex. And I think the fact that I do kind of, I'm a
I can
man.
tell you.
I'm a man. From a man's
tell you.
perspective, I get it. I can't speak for a woman, but a woman probably has to go through a little more thought process and what would be a good word for it? She's got to make some sort of concession a lot further than a man does. So she's got, I think a woman has a second thought way more than a man does. I
So-
can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, obviously, unless I
So
declare
you think
myself
the
one.
cost? You think the cost of an abortion would outweigh the cost of social services for that child till it's 18? I don't think so.
Why would you assume that the child's going to be in social services for 18 years?
Well, some of them are, Jim.
Good
Some of
point.
them are.
That's a good.
Some of children who are born are.
Yeah.
Some children are raised in houses with parents who are on crack. I mean,
Yeah.
there's all kinds
That's
of
what I'm saying, though.
scenarios.
But
So
that's what-
why add to that then?
Well, how do you know? That's what I'm saying. So how do you
No.
know that the next child that didn't get aborted, but the parent couldn't take care of it, wouldn't be a genius who cures cancer? How do you know?
No,
that?
I don't. But I also can say that I don't know that they won't be cared for or taken care of by social services.
So
Right.
let's not play both sides here. Let's just say theoretically, there is going to be children that are going to be raised on social services versus an abortion. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If the two not even comparable. 18 years versus a procedure that costs who knows? You know what I mean? It's not even comparable. So that is going to happen regardless. I'm not saying that it's going to be the majority, but I would venture to guess that it probably would be majority. Because if you're not ready to have that child, you can't just, I was fortunate that I could join the military. You know what I'm saying? That was my way of making it work, but not everybody can do that. I mean,
So then define to me what that looks like. I mean, I don't know where you've gone in the military, but I've been to these countries. One of them, I think, is called Africa. And I see children all over that don't have iPads and iPhones and sneakers at some point, but yet somehow they're still alive. I mean, they're still being raised by a loving family best they can. So describe to me what kind of American mom would be in such turmoil that she couldn't care for her child.
somebody that's addicted to drugs, somebody that has an alcohol problem or an addiction problem.
Okay, so you're thinking that she's going to be conscious and coherent and can go make a choice to go get an abortion. I have a feeling if they've got that many problems, that child's not going to be born anyway.
That's,
Hmm.
I
I don't know about that one, Jim.
You don't.
You know how many kids are right now born with opiate addiction?
Yeah.
I mean, it's staggering.
Okay, so even if the percentage is high that on drugs and all the things you put in your body, you produce a child, you're obviously saying it's not going to be a healthy child. And
I'm
what's the
not,
lifespan of those children that come out with those kinds of things?
I don't know, 50, 60, 70 years. I mean,
You just made that
you know?
number up.
Yeah.
Shit, 99, I don't know. Jim, damn. All I'm saying
Just
is
throw a percentage on it and you're allowed to do it.
I think if you try to think of it like in a logical sense of like, okay, it's bad to kill babies, it's bad to kill people, it's morally wrong, right? But you have to look deeper into this situation of like, okay, there's different scenarios that go into that. And so if somebody's not ready to have a child and they made a mistake, a genuine mistake, and they're like, oh my gosh.
Wait,
I made
they
a big
didn't just
mistake.
make a mistake. Two people made a mistake.
Yes, I
Or
agree.
potentially. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he said they, meaning more than one person.
Well, but it may not have been. The man may have actually wanted the child. Or the woman may have wanted to. No, that we wouldn't, if the woman wanted the child.
No, we wouldn't be talking right
now. You sound a lot better when you're not muted, Brian.
Oh, that'll help. Anyways, I get what you're saying on the male part, but like, let's not even bring that up because that's totally irrelevant. Like, the man has no say in it and never probably will have a say in it. The woman has ultimate authority at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, the guy wants to have a baby, the girl gets rid of it. Well, you made a poor choice on a partner there, buddy. You know what I'm saying? It sucks, but that's the reality of it. So we can't go to this like, oh, well, the guy wants to have a say in it.
Whoa. Are you telling me I have unlimited, infinite amount of sperm?
Yes, you actually have enough to impregnate every woman in the world twice.
Well, maybe that's my goal. And this one girl decides that she keeps wanting to get abortions. That's going to not, I mean, I won't be able to achieve my goal. So it does matter to me.
Yeah.
Always be in trouble. Like I said, pro-abortion, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't pro until I met you. Just kidding. Well, I'm not even. Okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not even, I mean, I think, after a discussion earlier, like, I'm pro-life. I mean, for sure I'm pro-life, but I'm also pro-choice. I know that doesn't sound like it makes sense.
That's my point right there, though. That's my point right there. We can agree on that. But what I'm saying is you have to think about it from a legal standpoint. It's either yes or no. It's not like we can put all these little, XYZ algorithm in, and if you qualify, you get it. It's either yes or no. So I think on the most part, I would side on the pro part. I'm definitely pro-life. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a horrible thing. I think women suffer long-term problems due to them. I don't disagree with that either, but I'm saying it is what it is. And I think at the end of the day, those people that want them, they should have them. Not a form of birth control. I think that's wrong too. Yeah,
but I'm not like you're going way beyond where I'm willing to settle. I can't make a woman carry a child. I mean, I think that's ridiculous because she can fall down the stairs, she can bounce off the counter table. So it's not like I can say you're going to deliver this baby. There's a law that says you can't do that. Clearly, that's ridiculous. Just like I can't stop someone from hanging themselves in a cell with guards watching and cameras malfunctioning. I can't stop that stuff. So you like that Epstein slide in there?
Yeah.
I can't stop that. So that's why I'm pro-choice, because rather than a woman injuring herself more, if she wants to kill a child, I almost have to concede it's still in her body, then she'll find a way if she doesn't get to do it. But I don't believe that my tax dollars should pay for it. I don't believe you should force a doctor who doesn't believe in it to do it. I mean, I don't think you should put the onus on anybody else.
I don't think there's any doctors that are forced to give abortions. I don't think that.
I don't know.
I haven't heard of that.
Well, I don't think they're forced to do it, but when you say put the onus on someone else, doctors provide a service. They do. So there are doctors out there that will provide this service if it's legal, and then the woman or the girls can go to that doctor. It's plain and simple. Sure. But I'm pro-life, just to disagree with both of you.
I'm sort of in the middle then.
I don't even like the way that sounds, but I'm pro.
I think you do like the way that sounds.
But now I'm pro-life, man. I don't believe in abortions, not one bit. I don't care when it is. Yeah.
At the end of the day, just pro-life, no ifs, ands, or buts. Just
that's it. That's it.
Case closed.
Case closed.
I mean, like I said, I support that. I don't believe in abortions, but I just don't see how we can force women not to get an abortion.
Yes,
Because
that's where I'm at. How did we agree, Jim?
well, we only
How
agree
did we
on
come to an
that.
agreement?
We only
What's
agree on
that?
that. You want to depopulate the world. You sound like Bill Gates here.
Ah,
Because I think you asked Mike, you asked Brian when life started. And
Yeah.
I know a couple 30-year-old guys who just are now trying to start their life. So I'm not really quite sure how to answer that question.
oh, so okay, I get what you're saying. Abortion should be legal up to 30 years old. Got it,
As
Jim.
long as you're the parent, as long as you're the parent,
As long as you're the
you brought
parent,
them
right?
into this world, you get to take them out
That's
whenever
right.
you want.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, then the father gets a say after that point, huh?
No,
Yeah.
father still gets no say.
No,
Oh,
not even at
shit.
30.
He
Living
probably
in
has
my
to do
house.
it and then do the time. That's what happens. He's got to do the crime, then do the time.
Right.
Because that's
Well,
what happens. The father always ends up paying for it, regardless if he gets a say or not.
right.
In fact,
I
it's
don't
true,
think
right?
guys should have a say.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, I don't
Nope.
think they should be forced to pay, and I don't think that they should have to pay child support if the guy doesn't want it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because that's
Okay.
his way of saying, yes, I want an abortion. What if he wants an abortion and she doesn't?
Well, now, Jim, now you got to backpedal all the way back to
No,
what you
I'm not
what you
saying I
said.
agree with either
That's-
one, but you can't have
No,
both.
no. What I'm saying is, if you don't want kids, why are you having unprotected sex?
Oh, I agree. I think all of this,
Yeah.
we wouldn't even be having a show today if we were actually addressing the real problem.
Right.
But we're not. We're talking about the results of a mistake. 'Cause
Right.
even Brian said it's a mistake. It's a mistake. He keeps calling it a mistake.
I don't
You know,
agree with that neither.
Well, I don't either. I mean, I think even if you're 12 years old, you know what sex is. You
Right.
know what could happen. So it's not a mistake. You just made a bad choice, but you knew, just like taking that first drink of the beer, you knew I could get drunk tonight.
Yeah.
Well, maybe just a little too much Jaeger and things happen. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Jaeger. So that's
Oh,
it. So
Blame
get
it on the alcohol.
Who's the
Right,
Jaeger?
blame the
Who's
alcohol.
Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Let's ban alcohol. Make alcohol
Whoa,
legal.
whoa.
Oh, did I go too far there? Did I go
Oh,
too far?
yeah.
We could kill babies, just not alcohol. Got to save the hops and barley. Forget about the baby.
Hey, I'm not killing anything, man. I said I'm pro-life.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't. Well, some people say, well, what if the woman doesn't want to have it? Well, I'm still pro-life. Do what you want to do. I'm pro-life. I'm sorry, but I don't think you should tell women what to do.
Well, here's the funny part too, though, is I think a lot of women out there, number one, most of them probably don't even know what an abortion entails because they refuse to watch or see it.
Right.
And then I could even say a good chunk of them probably don't even know the effects of an abortion. I could speak firsthand on someone I know personally who had too many abortions and could not have children
Right.
because of the abortions and desperately wanted
what-
children.
What number would you put on that, Jim?
What do you mean?
When you said too many abortions?
I don't know, because I would believe that would be dependent on the woman and the abortion.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The first abortion could ruin a woman.
It's true.
I mean, any mistake, the abortion could kill a woman.
Yeah.
So for a mistake you're going to resolve, you could lose your life.
Or it could have been the best decision she ever made, but we'll never know.
You had to jump in there, huh, Brian?
But you don't know that, Brian. How do you know that? Like, how do you know that?
Well, I think
Jim, you can't know that. You just like
Yeah.
you can't know that
That's
it's going
my
to be a
point.
mistake.
But can we agree that baby would have come out, it would have been a life? It would have been a child?
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean,
that we
yeah.
do know, right? That if she did not get an abortion, there would have been a life born.
Well, not
Absolutely.
necessarily.
No,
Well,
she could have had a
even better,
miscarriage,
yes,
she could have died,
not
right?
necessarily.
Yeah.
But there was a very good chance. We'll go with
Yeah,
Brian's
absolutely.
numbers.
I don't know. It depends on the
We'll go with
women. Jim.
Brian's numbers.
Depends on the health, their labs, their
Yeah. Yeah.
But the point is, what I'm saying is if you don't get an abortion, there's a very good chance you're going to have a human come out of your coochie.
Right.
Can I say coochie? Is that right? Is that,
Yeah.
all right.
You
That
can
was
say
cute,
anything you
Jim.
want to.
All right.
That was
I
cute.
didn't want to offend anybody.
Yeah. That was very cute.
All right.
Yeah.
Trying to be kid
Boy,
friendly.
you really know how to shut down the conversation with that right there, Jim. I tell
Brian's
you.
in the room.
Yeah.
Well, I could have said the
Oh,
WAP.
my-
Is it your WAP? It could have come out your WAP.
Whoa. Okay.
Did I reach all the audiences now? Did I get to everybody?
Well, we're gonna get a couple more down, boy. I tell you.
Wait till you start running for office, Jim. This is going to come out.
I ain't
Oh, yeah.
I ain't running from anything unless it's the cops. And even
Yeah.
They
then,
sound,
even then, it's after I resisted,
Yeah.
so I could be aborted at the scene
No, you wouldn't be.
because I'm white.
Exactly. There you go.
Do you think I carry that privilege card everywhere I go?
Everywhere.
Oh,
oh,
maybe if I'm dressed in a black hoodie.
Yeah. You gotta get the bandana around your face, Put
Exactly.
Antifa on. Yeah. Yeah, put
yeah,
Antifa on. You do something wrong, they'll bail you out.
Antifa.
Well, there's a great transition from abortion.
Yeah, it is, right? Ah,
Parents who didn't have the guts to abort their children.
oh, wow. Okay. Oh, but so you're pro-life and pro-choice, Jim.
Well, I'm pro-life because I'd rather not see an abortion, but I'm just pro-choice because I don't know how you can force a woman to carry a baby. And I'd rather a woman go through a safe procedure than take a chance on trying to do it herself.
Jim, we're on the same page though.
Not really, because you want the kids to die.
No.
You
I
want
would
to
just
set up
rather
like a
it be-
factory, dude, where
I
women
would
can
just
walk
rather
through
be
it.
safe.
Well, I
I
don't know
just
what to say
rather
to
be.
this.
I would just rather be safe than a rigid shop vac, 6 horsepower, in an alley. You know what I'm saying? It just make it legit.
But I really would wish they would up the education, and I think the pro-lifers get a bad rap for that, with their pictures and all that stuff, because people getting abortions probably don't want to know really what it
doesn't work.
entails.
And that doesn't work. They've shown that it doesn't work. Like the cigarettes with the lung cancer, that doesn't change people's minds. I don't think it
No,
does.
dude, I get that. But I mean, I think many people are still unaware of what actually an abortion entails, not just for the baby's sake.
I don't
but
think
for
it's
the
a
woman.
mystery. I don't think it's a mystery. Oh, as
Really?
far as the long-term effects, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And especially when in that term, I'm sure it causes different problems.
Right. So is it worth the sacrifice for 18 years?
Oh yeah.
You see, he wants the kids to die. He wants all the kids to
I'm
die.
just saying. I mean, it's hard to take the emotion out of it, but I mean, and it's hard not to joke about it without joking about it because it relieves that, like, yes, it is a life. Yes, it is wrong. Yes,
Right.
it is pretty disturbing. But the reality is, it could be beneficial for a lot of people.
Well,
I mean,
in your
really.
defense, Brian, I'm not even going to say it's an original idea, because if you look in history, I mean, there were certain rulers of the lands who used to throw babies off cliffs because they were the wrong gender. I mean, so this is like nothing new, killing children because they were an inconvenience. It's nothing new. And that's why I said, to me, it's about who's funding this. I mean, if you're too poor that you can't afford abortion, you probably shouldn't be having sex, because you probably better think, hey, I better not get pregnant because I can't afford an abortion.
Well, yeah, and I totally agree. And I agree. But I've been there. I've done that.
You've got an abortion?
No, what I'm saying is I was young. You know what I mean? I know the crazy mind that you have, the invincibility and the like, oh, it's not going to happen to me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
so I just have that little heart in me of like, okay, well, maybe there's times when it's necessary.
Well, I have to tell you, like, if I were going to concede to the abortion argument or the clinics or whatever, then I'd like to see them to make the massive push of abstinence. I'd like to see them push the safer route, the abstinence, and not even the birth control avenue, because even some of the now the birth control stuff is really intrusive stuff. I mean, I'd rather them push the concept of abstinence. If they're
No,
fighting
but
for
that's not a real.
abstinence,
That sounds good, but that's not real, man. That's not the society we're in.
it doesn't
They've been
excuse
pushing
it.
abstinence. I remember getting that in high school.
Yeah, that
You
didn't
remember?
help.
They don't talk about that now.
That didn't help.
No, you talking about abstinence?
No, telling me don't do this. It's like, oh, well, this is fun. You're telling me not to do it. I should probably be doing it. You know what I mean?
What did help if you did something wrong? What did help? What curbed your behavior if you did something wrong or illegal?
Punishment.
So what are we doing? We're rewarding people who make a mistake by giving them a free out.
I know, but that's not what we're doing. That's not the. That's
No, we're killing
I get what you're
children is
saying.
what we're doing. But right.
I get what you're saying. There's always going to be people that abuse any system or anything, but I feel confident that the first time you do it and you have to abort, I think some people would take that and go, wow, that's life-changing experience for women. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of women would take that and go, wow, I'll never want to do that again. Let me get birth control. Let me wear protection, make sure he's wearing protection, whatever it may be.
I think, this is just me, you're both right.
All right. That's
I don't
good.
even know what
I'm
that
good with
means.
that.
What does it even mean, Mike?
No, I mean,
That's fair. Yeah.
you made a good point, Jim. Is in some cases, and we're just talking about some, you are, in a sense, rewarding bad behavior. You understand what I mean? When you say, okay, give them an out. Okay, we don't want to deal with this issue right here, because then it's going to be on the government to take care of the kids up to a certain age, or up to 18, let's say. And that's not always good. Anytime the government gets involved in something that they're not built for. So it is giving them an out. And I agree with you. But I also agree with Brian when he says, hey, sometimes it's better just to, wow, I was about to make a bad reference. Cut sling load. You sometimes it's bad. It's sometimes you just have to cut it off because you know what's coming.
See,
It's like when kids have babies at a young age. A lot of times people say, wow, man, I can't believe, man, why did she do that? Or why did they do that? They had so much going for them. They're not thinking about that baby. They're thinking about the parents, the young parents.
well, I can agree with that too, but like one of the things you just hit on is you don't know. And I mean, we
Yeah.
could talk about, like you brought up Antifa. I mean, let's just stereotype Antifa. They're apparently turning out to be a bunch of rich kids, with
Yeah.
two parents.
Thank you. Thank you
So
for
these
admitting that.
kids obviously had two parents and should have probably been aborted because they're no help to society whatsoever right now. But what about the
God.
kid that could have probably been, born into with a good parent? Well, maybe, I guess you can argue that if she's getting an abortion, she's probably not a responsible parent. But then again, I don't know. That's hard to judge. But I mean, you just don't know.
She had a response. She was responsible. There was a response there.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I can't, the part that burns in me is I don't know what it's like to carry a child for 9 months. You know what I mean? So I can't tell you how much effect that would have on my decision. I mean, if this is your first pregnancy, then I don't think you can tell either. But I can't tell. So it'd be easy for me to dismiss. And I think that's why women might get mad at men even talking about this stuff. But I still think you have to have a certain respect for life. Maybe not sex. Obviously, you don't respect sex and what it can do and what its purpose is, but you have to respect life. That maybe even if you can't raise this child, maybe your genes and your love can push out something that may have a greater impact in the world, but you'll never know. That's too deep.
There's a flip side to that coin, you know that, right?
All right, flip it then. Antifa.
Somebody grows up in the they grow up in the system, they become a criminal and start killing people.
Right. So then you're gonna
Yeah.
sit there like, I should have killed him when I had a chance.
And that
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
And
kind of
that-
like what you said about Antifa.
Yeah,
You
but,
know?
but there's those people now though.
it goes. That's the thing. I think a lot of times, Jim, you analyze it really deep, which you can, but you can go either way with both those analogies and
Yeah.
analysis of like, okay, this could be the next Mozart, you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, or Obama or Trump, you know what I'm saying? But it's really irrelevant to that point, and you have to make that decision at the point of conception, I guess. You know what I mean? You got to make that choice.
No, you can make it up to the day it's born.
Or after. But
Yeah, right. If you just keep them in a little warm incubator while the parents have a conference.
Yeah, for 30 years. Yeah.
Well, they're doing that now. Aren't these kids living in basements now for 30 years? It's close to an incubator. You got the heat coming off the internet and the computers. So really,
Yeah.
so that's what Antifa is. They're live abortions.
Okay.
live abortion.
I can't, man. I can't.
Yeah,
I
this
like
one's a
that.
tough one. This one's a tough one to stay serious on, and I've heard some. Yeah.
Well, it is. You're right, Brian, because you have three men talking about abortion.
Right.
But me, like I said, I'm pro-life, but I feel comfortable leaving it in the hands of the women.
That's kind of like what we're saying, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
all
I
believe.
said it. I'm not
but-
kind of saying nothing. I'm
But
saying
listen,
it.
let me break that apart, on you, Mike. That is like the perfect ethical answer, right?
You're damn right.
You're not saying like kill the baby, but you're
Right.
also saying leave it up to them. So it's the perfect ethical response. You know what I mean? That's what a
Yeah.
politician would do.
And
Well,
I'm good
I
with
was,
that.
I was with you till you said politician. I was with
I'm good,
actually,
Mike.
politicians are either right or they're either on one side or the other. But
yeah.
Up until the point where I have to pay for it, I'm good with that. As long as I don't have to foot the bill.
Bad behavior, mistake, call it what you want. You should have to pay for it.
I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
You played a part.
What part did I play?
You had sex unprotected.
No. I'm not talking about in the scenario. I'm talking about me as a taxpayer paying for somebody who made the mistake to have an abortion. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about government-funded abortions.
here's one for you then. Would you
Wow.
pay for it if you knew it would help that mother out in the sense that it wouldn't be such a detrimental procedure? She wasn't doing it in an alleyway versus a hospital. Would you pay for it then?
No, I'd probably tell her I'd adopt her child when it was born. I mean, if I want to make a contribution to society, I'd adopt the kid. If I'm
Jim,
concerned about her well-being, then literally I should be concerned about the child, the unborn child, right?
no balls.
Just saying. Wasn't my mistake. It's like you're living in an HOA. Your neighbor's roof gets damaged and you got to pay for it? Like, what? Are you crazy?
So what do you
Whoa.
think the government should pay for when it comes to the citizens?
What do I think they should pay
Yeah.
for? Not mistakes.
I'm sure that response is probably about the size of the tax law. Right? Jim will have an algorithm for each procedure. No, well,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
I mean,
No matter what the government pays for, no matter what your tax dollars are going towards, I guarantee you can find something like Brian alluded to earlier, saying, "Hey, there's going to be a loophole or something." The other side of that coin in every case, it is.
I pay for my own private insurance. I pay. I have a limit on my insurance. If somebody can go and get eight abortions in a row who has no insurance or who gets government assistance, I have a problem with that because some of my money is going into those abortions.
Yeah, but
I have a
Mike,
limit.
So what's the alternative? No more
Just like I
abortion.
told you. You want to play the game. You want
Right.
to play stupid games. You win stupid prizes. You better
Right.
be prepared to pay for it.
Well, they're not prepared. Now what?
Then you better go find some place to do it.
Do what?
Do whatever it is you're going to do. Kill your baby.
No, I'll have the baby, or they'll have the baby,
Oh,
and then they
that's
drop
great.
it off. Yeah, they take it to the fire department in a box,
Okay.
and then the baby. Now the system is going to have to pay for the baby.
I'll pay for that.
Oh, you don't have a problem with that?
No, because some
Oh,
kids
okay.
lose their parents all the time. I
Yeah,
mean, parents
okay.
die. Kids have
Yeah.
to go into the system.
Okay, all right.
That's what our tax money's for, is for those who need the help, not for those who make mistakes.
Understood, and I can agree with that.
And once that child is born, that child needs help. Even if mom decides to keep it, I will sooner help mom raise that baby, give my taxpayer dollars to help mom raise that baby.
Even though mom made a mistake,
Yes, because
even
it's a
though mom
human life.
was
I'm not paying mom.
irresponsible.
I'm not paying for mom. I'm paying to help that child.
There you go. Okay.
Mom's, she's on her own. She's a big girl. She can make her own choices.
Yeah, but then as soon as you give that money to mom, she goes off and buys things that she doesn't
And we
need.
have laws for that.
Right.
And there are ways that the baby can be taken from the mom and put into the system where the money will go to the baby.
Exactly. Okay.
Doesn't mean it's a perfect system. Doesn't mean it works all the time, because that's what Brian will try to use some example.
No,
like
that's
that.
that's basically what we were saying. That's not basically. That's what we were saying.
Right.
You know, there's always going to be someone to get by or get over
Sure.
or slip through the cracks or
But
whatever.
we're constantly trying to beat that. We're constantly
Yeah.
trying to stop that. It's not like people are
Right.
like, oh, they're just going to get over anyway. Why bother?
And your way of plugging in some of these holes or sealing some of these cracks is stop abortion.
Right.
Right.
Teach them,
Okay.
teach them to not have unprotected sex. If you can't control yourself and make good decisions, which to Brian's argument, I mean, obviously I get it. I'm a man too. We have these hormone things that just kind of what they used to say, there's only enough room for blood in one head at a time. I get it. I understand how you can make mistakes.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean I shouldn't be accountable. And if I made a mistake and a woman decides she does want to have the baby, I will be accountable for the next 18 years of my life, whether it's in my life or not. So I
Yeah.
pay for my mistake no
Right.
matter what. If
Well,
she
not if
doesn't
she
want
had-
it and I do want it, I pay for it. If she doesn't want it and I don't want it, I'm probably paying for it
How so?
because she's probably going to have me pay for it because that's what they'll do. They'll, well,
Oh, the
you want me to
abortion.
have the baby and pay for 18 years or you want to pay for the abortion? Yeah. I went through
Oh,
this.
why would she have to pay though?
Why would she?
Yeah,
I don't know.
because the government will pay for the abortion, right?
Well, I
That's
don't
what you
know.
were saying
I
saying
don't know if
earlier.
they pay everything. I don't know. I've never had an
Oh.
abortion.
Oh, okay.
Brian
Okay.
might know. Did you have an abortion? Brian,
Brian.
are you there? Brian,
I think we're
is he
muted.
watching TV? Maybe he's watching
think he
an
is.
abortion documentary.
Yeah, he's watching Epstein.
He's watching the hidden footage.
He's not watching.
maybe he's having another conversation with somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow, you see how he's jumping though?
I see his eyes moving. He's got to be there.
No. Hey, there he is.
Yeah, you guys came back. I felt like, yeah.
Oh, we disappeared?
Yeah, you guys were like, I was like, are they
Oh.
messing with
That's what you've been sounding like this whole show. Just kidding.
Yeah, why are you
Hey,
doing?
did it give you that sign that your internet is unstable?
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah. So is your opinion.
Oh,
Ooh. Jab,
All right.
jab.
All right, enough of the punches. Are we ready to move on? I think we're gonna beat this to death. We're probably gonna get a lot of hate mail anyway. Three guys can't talk about
I hope
abortion.
so.
Yeah, right. Like there's some woman out there that's gonna watch this show and be like, hey, I hate you guys. Like, come on. Anyways,
Yeah.
It would be hard for any woman to hate all three of our opinions. Because one of us agree with everyone out there.
Wait. Aren't you married
Trust
to a
me.
woman?
Say what?
Aren't you married to a woman?
Yeah.
my,
And she
Internet's
can't
jacked.
find a way to hate something you say?
Yeah, something I say,
Even
but
when
all
you're
three
right?
of us at this on the one topic.
Ah,
'Cause we have the three different opinions about it. That's what
we
I'm
can be
saying.
hated just because we're men discussing abortion.
Man, you sure know how to shut down a conversation, boy.
I know it's what I'm trying to do because we
Yeah.
are ready to move on
Yeah.
to our segment that we call Pull the Pin Already, named after the show, something that we find in society that we just want to complain about. Anybody want the honors of going first?
Oh, you're not gonna give it to Brian?
Well, I could give it to Brian, but if Brian's not ready because he might be going, then maybe he needs a minute to think about it.
Brian's ready.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's not.
You serious? Wow.
He's still, and
We should have ended this show 10 minutes ago so we would have this, right? There he is.
You there, Brian?
oh, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, we just gave ours. Did you want to give yours?
Oh, I'm gone again.
We can hear you, buddy.
We can hear you, Brian. You can't hear us? I'm sorry. His internet provider is actually literally right now aborting his service.
Yeah, they didn't like his opinion.
Yeah, they're aborting his service. They are ripping it out from the inside. And his bandwidth has been moved down to this big.
Yeah, to a coat hanger on an antenna.
Exactly. A used coat hanger. Wow. This just went to the wrong place. Let's talk about something that really annoys us today. Would you like to go, Brian, before you go out again?
No, I'm good.
All right, I'll go
You don't-
first since you guys are
Okay.
prolonging this.
Okay.
It's back. It's really good. I actually should have my doctor's coat on for this one because I recently had to have an appointment for a dermatologist, and dermatology is something to me that I would think you have to see you for, but no, they wanted me to take a picture and then we did a video visit. Now, I'm not opposed to video visits for certain things, But like if I have a rash on my balls, I doubt I'm going to be standing in front of a webcam, showing the doctor what's going on. I think certain things you have to actually go visit. So I even though I respect the whole COVID paranoia thing, I really don't know how you can have a dermatology video appointment. And if you could, then why in the hell have I been paying money to go in there anyway? Why couldn't it all be video? And you can send me a little prescription of what to do with whatever you want to do. And I guarantee you, I'm even being charged probably the same amount for the video. So I kind of want to get a pull the pin on that whole nonsense, at least maybe get some answers. Somebody can educate me if that's not the case, but it sounds a little crappy to me. So that's mine.
Do you think the Zoom medical appointments, like what you're referring to, is now they starting to see that, wow, they could save a lot of money versus bringing people in? It's like we're learning this now.
Well, no. If they're charging you the same amount of money, they're seeing the cash cow.
Got it.
If you're being charged as a visit, then it's a cash cow, and they're going to pull one over on you.
Yeah.
So if this becomes the norm, then you'll see it could be either or. Either they're saving money or right.
Yeah, I agree. I missed that part where you said they charging you the same amount of money for doing a Zoom.
And I can't confirm that. Honestly, I don't know what they're charging me, but I did get a bill and it was pretty high. And I was like, what? But anyways, it could have been something totally unrelated.
Okay. Brian, would you like to go next before you cut out completely?
No, I'm good.
Good, I'll go. Hey, guys. I like Brian, man. Hey, let's get a little serious here. You know what? The hell with you guys, man. I'm out of here. No, as Jim knows, Brian, I'll share with you. I was traveling with the family this weekend, and we had an incident where I had a flat tire and everything. So this right here, is something near and dear to my heart, man. While traveling on I-20, I-35 in Texas, across this great country, I see a lot of cars, automobiles, with American flags on them. And I can't understand why. I can't. Like, why are you flying the American flag in America, showing that you're proud to be an American in America, driving on American roads? I can't hear you, Jim.
Antifa.
Oh, that's who they are?
No, those are anti-Antifa.
Oh,
anti-fascist.
But no, I just don't get it. Like when I was overseas, no matter where it was, I get people flying the American flag, showing that they're proud to be an American, blah, 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 right? Hell, I've seen people flying different country flags when they're in different countries. But to be in your own country, paying taxes, living as an American, flying the American flag, showing it off to fellow Americans, I just don't get it. I really and truly don't.
I know. And I think Texas needs to ban all cowboy jerseys.
That's my pull the pin. Down to you, Brian.
I don't have anything today.
Well, you better think fast.
You better think fast, Mo. We don't come to here without a pull the pin.
Chiropractors. We got to pull the pin on
We already pulled the pin on chiropractors.
Chiropractors.
Didn't Brian pull the pin already on chiropractors? Is that all that's on your mind weeks later? You are obsessed with chiropractors.
Yeah, he got a hell of a bill from a chiropractor. His back still hurts, man.
Try a different one. Try a gynecologist.
Ooh.
Oh, try the I have no internet again. That might work. All right. Maybe we're going to let Brian off the hook because he's got a good off the hook, literally off the hook, right? Because he's got a bad internet connection, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he's off the net.
You want to give it a stab or you want me to just close it here?
Close it.
Awesome. That's what I thought. So that is all the time we have for this episode, even though we left it unfinished. We hope you come back next time. We hope you like what you saw. Until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin.